want to thank all the haters because they only giving me a bigger platform, and you won't get rid of me. Last Saturday, I won the Miss Universe Netherlands competition as the first trans woman in history.
Why did you think a beauty pageant was the right place to raise awareness?
The pageantry gives me a stage to talk about what I want to change in society, and I think that's a really important thing. Now, with all the hate comments I also got, I think this is still a misunderstanding in the Netherlands, but all over the world. With the negative comments and the backlash, it's also showing that we're still not there in the Netherlands, and that the inclusivity is like on the bare minimum now. I thought we were way further than we are, but it only gives me like more inspiration to step up my goals and to achieve what I want to.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about what could be another classic Get Woke, Go Broke story, this time involving the trans owner of the Miss Universe pageant, who, if you guys don't recall, this person came out and declared that the Miss Universe would be open to transgender women to compete against biological women.
Welcome to the Miss Universe organization. From now on, it's gonna be ran by women.
Women.
Owned by Transwomen. For all women.
Women. This is wild.
For all women really around the world to celebrate the power of feminism. Diverse cultures, social inclusion, gender equality, creativity, the force for good, and of course, the beauty of humanity.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that, okay? The Miss Universe is now going to be run by women, right? Women. And it seems that these women are running the Miss Universe into the ground. They're running Miss Universe into bankruptcy.
The organization behind Miss Universe has filed for bankruptcy here in Thailand. So JKN Global Group, the Thai media company owning the Miss Universe brand, announced its bankruptcy filing to address a liquidity crisis 2 months after failing to repay $12 million in bonds. The company, led by media mogul and transgender rights activist Anne Jakapong Jakrojathatip, acquired Miss Universe in 2022 for $20 million from former U.S. President Donald Trump. To tackle its financial issues, JKN's board decided to submit a business rehabilitation plan to Thailand's bankruptcy court, aiming to legally resolve the liquidity problem and protect stakeholders. Despite this, JKN will continue operations under the plan, even as its share price plummeted nearly 80% over the past year, dropping to 0.77 bahts. Whoa. Can you believe that is a stock price? Like
0.77 baht.
They don't even have coins that small, do they?
Yeah, so this company is apparently having a liquidity crisis. And it just so happens that this is happening as they go woke, right? Again, they are owned by, somebody who believes in diversity, equity, and inclusion to the point where you're allowing biological men to compete against biological women in what is supposed to be a competition for biological women. And lo and behold, they're filing bankruptcy, right? They're having liquidity issues, okay? They can't repay back their debts, okay? They are having some troubles, right, financially, which again seems to be a pretty common story. So let's read about this. The Thai media company that owns Miss Universe pageant has filed for bankruptcy. Agents France Press and Bloomberg reported that JKN Global Group made the announcement in a statement to the Thai Stock Exchange on Thursday, citing a, quote, liquidity problem, which just means that, they don't really have enough cash on hand to actually really kind of continue the operations of the company as it is, right? JKN Global Group is owned by Thai transgender media mogul, who also goes by Ann JKN, and was described as the third richest transgender person in the world by Forbes in 2020. At the time, this person was reported to have an estimated net worth of $210 million. their company purchased the Miss Universe organization last year from IMG Endeavor for a reported $20 million. However, according to the BBC, funding for the Miss Universe deal was raised through bonds. In August, Bloomberg reported that JKN Global Group had delayed bond payments due September 1st, citing global and domestic economic challenges. The company's share price has reportedly fallen more than 80% over the last year, according to the BBC. In its statement this week, the company said that its board of directors had agreed to submit a rehabilitation plan to Thailand's bankruptcy court. Quote, submitting the rehabilitation petition will effectively solve the company's liquidity problem under legal mechanism and provide fair protection to all stakeholders, the statement read. It added that the company could continue its operation under the plan. According to News 24, the 2023 Miss Universe pageant will go as planned on November 18th in El Salvador. Two transgender contestants, Ricky Valerie Cole and Marina Machete, are set to compete. The owner is the first woman to own the Miss Universe organization, which was owned by former President Donald Trump from 1996 to 2015. You know, again, it's so funny how they frame this stuff, right? How you have somebody who, you know, biologically is male. They buy this pageant and they make history by becoming the first woman to own it, even though they're not a woman. You know, it's a trans woman. And it's just interesting how they don't just frame it as, well, this was the first trans woman or trans individual to own the Miss Universe organization. No. This person's the first woman, right? Again, it's pretty interesting. It really is. Earlier this year, the owner told LGBTQ Nation's Greg Owen that she was partially inspired too by the organization after seeing Spanish contestant Angela Ponce compete in Thailand in 2018. Transgender women have been allowed to compete in a pageant since 2012, but Ponce was the first openly transgender contestant in the pageant's history. Quote, I was in the front row, the owner recalled. Quote, she was the first trans woman walking on stage in the final competition. She came on this stage. She cried. She talked in the video. I did not come here to win. I just want to come here to convince everyone that, yes, we can do it. There are trans women and trans women. We are women. I cried. I stood up and applauded her a lot, to the point like, quote, oh my goodness, this is it. I've been to the full circle moment, and this is my next move. Yes, my next move. The owner said that she wanted the pageant to, quote, elevate people to the next level, to be the best version of themselves. Yeah, so this pageant, which, you know, apparently has been woke for some time now, but they're more openly woke than they've been before, right? They're the wokest they've ever been. The company that owns this pageant is having some financial difficulties. Now, in regards to whether or not that's connected to this pageant and the fact that they're becoming more openly woke, I really don't know, but I can't imagine that it helps, right? I can't imagine that it helps to have biological men competing against biological women in a pageant or a competition that's supposed to be for biological women. Me personally, I'm not a big pageant person, but I can't imagine myself ever getting into pageants or caring about pageants if I have to watch biological men compete against biological women in the pageant, right? I think that they should actually separate them out, right? Just like I believe that, you know, biological men and biological women should be separate in all sports. I think pageants are no different, okay? Even though, you know, I don't think necessarily the pageant of the sport. I think they should be competing separately. However, that's simply not the case. They want to mix the two. And again, I'm not sure if that has much to do with this company going bankrupt as much as they probably just structured their debt in a way that probably was not good when they first initially bought the company, and they didn't know that we would be facing the economic problems that we're facing globally, and that's probably like the main issue with their liquidity problem. However, again, I'm not sure if it helps. Okay, that the Miss Universe is going in the direction that it's going in, right? I don't think the wokeness is really helping them make much more money, right? Like in the sense that the woke revolutionaries are coming out here and supporting the pageant more, or that they're bringing in more money because they're going woke, right? I don't know if that's the case. In fact, I highly doubt it. If that was the case, they probably wouldn't have the liquidity issues that they're having. Clearly, it's not a big financial boost, right? And as of right now, it seems like the company is going to survive, right? They're not really going to go under. They're just restructuring their debt. But it is interesting to see that they are having some financial issues despite going woke, which again is supposed to help these companies, right? This is what they argue, that we go woke, right? It's going to help us make more profit. But that doesn't really seem to be the case in this situation right here. But who knows? We have to wait and see how long this company continues to have these financial issues. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.